Hello, Ratchet here, welcome to Let's Play Ratchet and Clank Re-Up Your Arsenal Part 14. We're on planet Hollowstar again, the Hollywood planet, where we found out that there's Tyrannoids this planet. They're definitely not actors, they're actual Tyrannoids that are out to exterminate us because, well, looks like we discovered the secret of the planet Hollowstar, the Hollywood planet, and they don't want us to know the truth, they want us dead before we could, tell the public about this. Otherwise, people would stop going to movies then, and these movie studios would be losing a lot of revenue then. So we have our lava gun here. This lava gun would be a lot better if it had more upgrades. That's because I don't really use it that much, but I'm still trying to use it as much as I can so I can get a lot of upgrades to fit and collect a lot of bolts as well too. We'll be needing a lot of bolts to be buying more weapons. It's a good thing we got that armor upgrade. We'd be dead right now. If these enemies, one hit takes up more than 40% of your health. If you get hit twice or so, and you're pretty much dead at this point. Kind of like in the original Ratchet and Clank when you had very few, probably like a nanotech was very sparse. It's like you get hit a few times. Depends on what it is you're getting shot with, but if you get hit a few times, it's like, oh, you're dead. We're gonna use that Crash Bandicoot TNT box there. They could blow up that thing, including that bolt multiplier thing. So I guess fire a charge shot at this large, intimidating Tyrannoid. It's already blasted us several times. Wonder how we're not dead yet. Oh yeah, I found out why we're not dead yet. It's because we got that armor upgrade. We would have been dead a lot sooner if we didn't get that. And there's more, oh look at that, more of these Tempest puzzles that we're going to solve here. We're going to be destroying the red ones and collecting the green ones. And this is also a bit like that mini game from Spyro 2 where you have to feed the certain colored fish to that idol head and he doesn't like the certain colors. And this game was made by the same people who made Spyro 2. All about color, figuring out which color is which. I feel bad for the colorblind. Well, and again, I'm supposedly colorblind too, and I think I do a pretty good job with this. I'm going to be collecting all those reds, shooting at the reds, collecting the greens. It takes us through several rounds. There's 4 rounds of all this. It's like they really want us to think this is some kind of puzzle game. Or it's like they somehow didn't want to make a game that was all just mindless action. So now let's put some puzzle elements into it that kind of looks a bit like action. And then it will, it will fit some sort of requirement they had. Some sort of a token puzzle or something like that. Oh, we just had to put something in the game so it wouldn't be entirely action. So yeah, threw this in there. Yeah, this is fun for a little bit, but it gets repetitive really quickly. I still prefer this over all the other mini games or these puzzle challenge things we've seen in other Ratchet and Clank games. I think it'd be cool if they made some kind of Tetris game, if it could be Tetris, or if it go to maybe even Bust-A-Move or something like that. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank Bust-A-Move, imagine what that would be like. You can use your weapons to destroy certain parts of the colored blocks, and certain weapons certain weapons destroy certain colors, or if they made a game that was sticky balls, that came on the Gizmondo of the annoying intro. It's sticky balls, yeah, they really knew what they were doing when they named that game Sticky Balls. That annoying intro I saw on a YouTube poopway a long time ago. You can send several charge shots into them. You can actually gamble with these things. It'll cost you some bolts, but if you win, you could win a lot. But most of the time you're gonna lose, so I don't recommend it. I think gambling is wrong and cruel, so I'm not gonna be taking part in that. It's also a bit like in Sonic 2 when there was that casino level where you could actually gamble in the slot machines there in the pinball section that inspired Sonic Spinball. And Sonic 2, yeah, that was a pretty epic game, that Sonic 2. I just recently downloaded the Android version of that game. I haven't played it yet, but I hope it's good. I wonder if I could play it on my PC. I just recently got an Android emulator for my PC, and it says it can play pretty much every Android game that exists, or Android app that exists on your PC, or most of them. I wonder if it could play Sonic 2, the Android version. Yeah, I'd love to see how that goes. What round is this now? 3 out of 4. It feels like I've been doing this since, well, pretty much the game started. Since this video started, and it's still just nothing but this. It's puzzle after puzzle, wave after wave. Maybe that's why they stopped doing these things in the later Ratchet and Clank games. Supposedly that new Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart doesn't have very many puzzle scenes like this, and Ratchet Deadlock didn't have any of this either. Maybe that's why. Maybe they somehow knew that the gamers wouldn't like the puzzle segments, so they just didn't bother to put them in anymore afterwards. When I know. I'm pretty sure Ratchet and Clank Size Matters had some kind of puzzle thing in it, or something similar to puzzle solving. I don't know, I haven't played that one in a while. Good thing that this weapon's a long-range weapon, so we can shoot that Tyrannoid out in the far-off distance at a long range. Looks like our weapon, our N60 Storm's supposed to be upgraded any second now. any moment now it's going to get upgraded, but it's still quite a bit until you'll have to kill so many enemies until it finally gets an upgrade. And it seems it's like the game's like wanting us to think, oh, you'll get upgrade, you'll get everything. No, it's not. How many more enemies do I have to kill before this thing gets upgraded? And now we're almost out of bullets. I don't think it's enough bullets to take down that dropship thing or whatever that is. I'm just going to send a charged shot cannon blast into it. So we can jump over here and swing on these things like we're frickin' Spider-Man again. There's a flux rifle, one of the best weapons we have right now to take these guys. Honestly, as a sniper rifle, just as a weapon in general, for taking out these overpowered, because the flux rifle's an overpowered weapon, and these Tyrannoids are overpowered too. It's like they got an armor upgrade. It's like when we got the armor upgrade, it seems like they got the armor upgrade too, which would explain why these enemies are suddenly a lot more aggressive now, they're a lot stronger now. So I guess using Inferno mode is perfectly justified at this point. Is playing as the Ratchet now, the Inferno Ratchet. He clearly looks like a Ratchet now. You like he switched species from being a monkey to a Lombax again. The double-bladed, Omni-wrenched Lombax is running through. Everything gets killed in 1 second. 1 hit, just whoop, whoop, and he's dead just like that. The Omni-wrench is also kind of an underrated weapon too. Imagine they made an Omni-wrench gun in one of these games. It's a weapon that fires Omni-wrenches at your enemies, and it probably could do a significant amount of damage. Especially because that one that we're using that we got from the previous game, which was allegedly made by Megacorp. Remember Ratchet went through a few different Omni-wrenches in the second Ratchet and Clank game. So there we go, it looks like we're reunited with Clank. I think that's Clank, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's his cousin, or maybe Clank had to step out for a Sex's studio to get someone else to temporarily take his place or something like that and hope no one would notice. You know, like if he's like Clank stand-in or something like that. Stand-in Clank, stand-in Secret Agent Clank. He's like, yeah, everything's alright, everything's fine. Everything's fine, there's nothing malicious here. There's nothing here at all. Look, his eyes turn red. Well, we know something is up with Clank. We know Clank is secretly plotting something. He was secretly the villain all along. The greatest plot twist in game story history. We're gonna see Skid again. Skid's gonna tell us what stuff he was doing over the Obani moon or whatever it was earlier. And now he's gonna say that he's been captured or something like that and that he needs our help again or so again. And he's just really being nothing but a skid mark on our reputation. Because all we have to do is just go back and rescue him most of the time. Spends more time being needed to be rescued in distress than he is actually doing his job. I'm surprised he's still employed at this point. I don't know, maybe he knows someone that runs the Galactic Rangers, or maybe he's personal friends with Captain Quark or something like that, which is why he hasn't been fired yet or something like that. Ratchet got fired from his job just earlier, and now Skid should get fired too. Let's go and rescue. Well, we're gonna go rescue him, even though he hasn't been fired yet. Gonna go off to that Obani moon or whatever it's called again. That similar place we saw earlier where it looks very techno moon or whatever it is. Looks like a Dread Sphere or a Death Star or something like that. The Death Star's cousin, the Death Star's evil twin maybe. And the Death Star was already pretty evil as is. Imagine what its evil twin would be like. And they have all these little small robot enemies that are barely enemies or just fly around. We saw those things in the first game, I'm pretty sure. And I remember Disruptor had a similar enemy like that too. Just gonna shoot out her bullets bounce everywhere. It's kind of hard to tell, but we're actually using our anti-gravity boots or our magnet boots, or they're called, to go through this. You just can't tell because it doesn't physically change anything on the skin that we're using right now, the Pipo monkey skin. Our weapon is almost upgraded, fully upgraded, and our health is getting pretty well upgraded too. Oh look, a spiral, some cool looking, it's like an optical illusion, a psychedelic, twisty, spirally thing. Looks like the end of some movie the end of some 60s movie where it goes into the kaleidoscope vision almost. And there's a disco ball at the end, cool too. Oh, this looks like Luminous Plus almost, that Luminous Plus game. Kind of had some skins in that game that looked a little bit like this. And there we go, our N60 Storm is no longer an N60 Storm. It's now an N90 Hurricane, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. This thing's a force to be reckoned with now. You don't want to get on this thing's bad side, and now it looks like it does on the North American cover art for this game. Looks like some, heavy-duty, hardcore weapon. Yeah, you don't want to get on anyone's bad side as this in their arms. Yeah, you massive Ratchet now, you're gonna get killed. Like, mess with Spyro, feel the burn. Mess with Ratchet, feel the wrath of his N90 Hurricane. It destroys everything it touches. We still have the Nitro Eruptor with us too. This could still be a somewhat useful weapon. It's almost fully upgraded too. We don't use this one as much. This looks like that thing that Luke Skywalker fell into in Empire Strikes Back. This looks like the kind of venue a Star Wars lightsaber duel would happen at, since lightsaber duels in Star Wars always happen in the strangest locations imaginable. This looks like a bit like a track from Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Now we're trying to figure out what happened to Skid. So where is Skid? Oh look, there's Skid. He's in this pre-recorded footage where Courtney Gears is doing something to him. She probably seduced him with her charm, her invincible, immortal charm, and he fell for it. And now he thinks he's gonna get the true Courtney Gears treatment, but instead, ooh, he got turned into a robot, like something Dr. Robotnik would do. Ew, he all got turned into a robot. This is bad. We need to do something about this. Nah, he's probably okay. He's a bit of a robot now. To a lot of people, that might be a big improvement over how they were before. Some people say being a robot is better than being alive. Dr. Nefarious seems to think that. And now we're in Courtney Gears' musical studio where she records the music videos for her songs, Deaf to Squishies, and she has her backup dancers going around trying to cut her eyes open with those sharp slicer skates they have. They could cut someone's head off probably and do a lot of damage. But they're no match for a Nitro Eruptor at your side where you just blast them down like that easy and vaporize them in the blink of an eye. And whoa, she's like throwing her thing around now. She's throwing her thing around, that's what she said. And then we have to jump over it and then do her flipping stuff, her acrobatic maneuvers. And look at that, we just done several shots of this Nitro Eruptor in her, and it's like only taking maybe 10% of her health or so. Yeah, that's not really very effective. It's very effective. Sounds like something they'd say in Pokemon. That's if they ever made a Ratchet and Clank game that was similar to Pokemon. Ratchet and Clank and Pokemon crossover. Another odd crossover I never really thought that we needed. We have Simpsons and Mega Man X, their actual crossover thing on YouTube. Why not? Let's go blasting these people down for newly upgraded weapon and just send tons of rapid shots into her. There, see, this is doing a better job than the Nitro Eruptor. This is what people need to use. They should be more scared of this than the Nitro Eruptor. This is actually, doing stuff against Courtney Gears. Courtney Gears Burger King. I bet she eats at Burger King all the time, too. She doesn't even have to pay, because she always just relies on a fan that's there to pay for her meal at Burger King. Or Galaxy Burgers would probably be called in this Solana Galaxy place. There we go, just cut off half of her health. Now it's going to finish the rest of her by sending these high-powered blasts, these high-powered charged blasts at her. She only has like a third of her health left, maybe a little less than that now. There we go, she has a quarter of her health left now. What do we have left? We could try using the lava gun's not very effective. It's best at close range, especially when it's in the condition it's in now, because it's not well upgraded. Now I'm just wasting these shots. And we're out of ammo right now, we don't really have much ammo left. What am I going to do left? Use the Omni Wrench on her? Maybe use these turrets? Yeah, you can use these turrets, they have that much. They haven't been upgraded yet, and they're still pretty good. These turrets are really effective. Use these turrets, they're super effective. These turrets from that were in Going Commando, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, the turrets are just blasting her. Is she dead yet? No, she's not dead yet. Oh yeah, I forgot the Flux Rifle. Duh, of course you have the Flux Rifle. There we go, it's gonna go hunting for her, and yeah, there we go. It even got upgraded again. Another upgrade for the Flux Rifle. Flux Rifle's definitely deserving of another upgrade. There, now Courtney Gears is allegedly dead, and now all we have to do now is rescue Skid and get out of here. And she's gonna tell us that Quark wants us at the what's it called, the Zeldrin Starport or something like that. Because he has some plot to go after Dr. Nefarious. He wants us to go there first, and he's gonna take us to Dr. Nefarious. We're gonna have to stop the Bio-Obliterator as soon as possible, for it obliterates all the biological life forms of the galaxy. We're just gonna leave Skid here for now, because Skid isn't that dangerous. He wasn't that dangerous when he was living. As a robot, he might be, I don't know, if he's ever made him smarter or something like that, I don't know. What do you expect? He's Skid. He's living up to his name. Why don't they call him Skid McMarks? He's named after what his reputation is. I think we have enough bolts now to buy another one of the best weapons in the game. It's, of course, the Annihilator. Oh yes, the Annihilator. I just love this weapon. This is Ray Phoenix, signing out.